talking about today?
You tell me.
See, we have Naturally Egypt here in Port St. Lucie, Florida.
Oh, yeah. I wish I was with you guys.
Yes. So we have 2 screens instead of 3, but the Boulevard is here.
Yes.
Okay.
Meantime.
Yeah.
And this is our Friendsgiving episode. Since everybody can't be connected to one another in person, we're doing things by Zoom anyway. So happy Friendsgiving.
Anywho, so today's topic is
Dun, dun, dun.
codes. Girl code, friendship code, relationship code.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has their own that they live by.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, what ours are?
Yes. So what we starting with?
Friends.
Yes.
Friendship codes.
Whew.
What do you say, Monty? What do you say? You
I
start.
have a few friendship codes, but I'll start with friendship codes for relationships that I have. So when it comes to relationships, a few of my friendship codes are definitely no dating exes. And I know that's not a code that everybody lives by, but I do. I just feel like
By that. I think we all live by that one.
Yes. The Boulevard lives by. That's a Boulevard code.
that's a Boulevard. And some people say like, oh, it's selfish. And I'm the type of person where it's like, okay, so it's an ex-boo thing for me. And I define it as somebody who like I was really emotionally connected to, I was really into, because things could reconnect. And then if my friend done dated them in between of us reconnecting, that's messy. If I still have feelings for the person, if the person dogged me out, it's just messy. Like, I want to be able to go to my girls and be like, girl, guess who slid in my DMs? And I have my homegirl be like, oh, he hit me up too. Like, what? What we, you want to just kiki with your girlfriends about an old flame, especially if it hurt your feelings. And so I just feel like exes in every capacity, unless it's like a guy I really wasn't into and like maybe he got my number on Instagram, exes are off limits. And that's ex-boo things.
Yeah.
Situationships.
I was about to say, yes, situationships. For me, yes, absolutely. But there are some where I'm just like, honestly, I don't care. Like, you want to date the trash? Do you?
Take the trash out for me.
If you want to take the trash out for me, that's on you. But there are some where I'm like, I don't even want and y'all know how I am. Like, once I've dated somebody and it's it.
Yeah.
That's it. No more Instagram. No more Snapchat, no more Facebook. Like, it's done. And moving forward, like my next, whatever it is, like back then, it's like, oh yeah, let's all be together. It's my dude, it's all my family. No. What's the social media? He don't got one. He don't got one. Like, he don't got one. He don't got one. If you see him on mine, that's as good as it's gonna get.
That's his social media, mine.
Yeah. What's his social media is at KEI.
That's where you can find him.
Find him when I want you to. Like, I wouldn't do that again. But for friendships, I feel like, when people talk about love languages, they only talk about it in love. Mm-hmm. But I think it goes for like your friendships too. Like, honestly, I think it goes for your whole life. Like, even
it goes for every relationship you have in your life, family.
Absolutely. And I think, I don't know, I just feel like some friend codes besides the exes that I would have would be like, honestly, I don't know how to say, like, I like for things to be reciprocated, but not like I'm doing this for you so that you could do this for me.
Yeah.
But like, I'm doing this for you because you're my friend, but like, you could just
not because you want them to do the same.
Exactly. Like I don't want you to,
genuine.
I'm
to match energy.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. Like I want it to be matched because I mean it's a two-way street.
Yeah.
Like friendship is a two-way street. So
and everyone doesn't have to be like that because everyone's different. But at some point it's like, dang, are you my friend or
exactly?
Come on, man.
Exactly. And then I mean, in our relationship, like we call each other out. But I can't stand for, and this happens to me a lot, like, I'll be having an interaction, and then, like, someone will feel some type of way or be offended by something I said, and then I got to hear about it from somebody else.
Oh, yeah.
That for real, that'll get me, and Monty knows because Monty knows because Monty's been the person that people have gone to like, I just I'm talking to you, you talking to me, like say what you gotta say, like what, because now it becomes something different. Like there's things now everybody's talking about it, and I'm over here like, what's the problem?
So does that make
Here's a problem. I don't be the only person that people come to. And they get it in different directions. And that's the worst, is when you got it from different directions. Now you got a whole village that you talking about it with.
And it's like, and I'm sitting here like, wait a second. And then I'm getting tight. So that, that don't go well for anybody.
Yeah.
But what you were saying, does that make them not your friend anymore?
Yeah, like, do you consider them less of a friend?
Yeah, I do. I do, because and don't get me wrong, it's one thing to check something. Like, I'm like, girl, let me tell you about this conversation I had. I was saying this, and then, but it becomes like well, she was talking to me this way, and she was doing this, and it's like, weren't you already in the conversation with me? Like, why didn't you just say it then and there?
Yeah,
that's my issue. That is like that's the reason I've stopped talking to a lot of people, because say it again.
It's like if you go to one person to check it and be like, am I tripping, or this is how I feel, that's normal. I think everybody does that. If not everybody, most people, when they're feeling some type of way about something towards a friend, they'll go to another friend. But when you're talking about it to like 5 different people, except for the person you got the issue with, what do you say, Egypt?
When it's in the same circle, that's what makes it worse. Like, what you doing?
At that point, it's just gossip.
Yeah, and then I'm sitting here looking like, but I thought we was good. Like, and I can read people. I mean, I'm pretty good at reading people, but it's like, if you have a problem, then say something. Say something. Don't go running and crying to other people, specific situations. Crying to other people about, oh, Kei said this and she did, and we just had a conversation. Like, I know I could be a little, I know that, but I could be a little. I know, but come on, like if
you're my friend,
if you're my friend,
then you can come to me and tell me what's the problem.
Exactly. I don't mean no harm, and especially if we're having a conversation about it, like I feel like it takes a lot for me to really, now that I think about it, now in this time, it takes a lot for me to really get mad, like really, really mad, for me to be like hanging up the phone or whatever the case. Yeah. Like I really want to figure this shit out because we grown. Come on now. So.
I agree. Anybody that knows me knows I'm really big on directly going to somebody if I have an issue. And if there's an issue I'm not going to address, and I'm more than they know that's me. Like
we twinning.
Egypt do the same thing. Egypt and I have done it with each other.
Oh my God.
And I don't be mad. I just want to know, like, is something wrong? And if there's something wrong, you can tell me. Don't try to act like it's not something wrong. Exactly. And you going around telling everybody this and that. Like, how old are we? How old are we?
If you have a problem, I think if you truly value that friend, you should have a conversation. Now, there was a point in my time where I took that rule of thumb and that code to heart, and I like brought up everything all the time. And after a while, people just going to tune you out because it's like, all right, girl, you got a problem with everything. And so I had to learn to like, there's some stuff that does rub me the wrong way, and I won't bring it up right away because I want to process and make sure is this an issue in our friendship? And then if I see a pattern of behavior that's really affecting my life and like really bothers me, like after a few times, then I'll bring it up. Unless it's something really huge that you did one time that needs to be addressed, like something really messed up. But normally if it's like something small, I've learned to like, let me process, make sure this is something to even be upset about, because I'm sensitive. And then, like really analyze my friendship, and then I go about my business. But I'm huge on addressing things. I don't like that acting funny business, moving funny business. Like,
none of that.
If you got beef, if you got an issue, say it, because you may not even know what that person got going on. Exactly. Why they rubbed you the wrong way or did what they did. It may not even be with ill intent. And so
part of it too is like, well, first, one thing you said, like just noticing it is important. Noticing anything is important. So once you realize it, it doesn't have to be like, well, did you like, you know what? Let me see if I'm tripping.
Am I crazy? Like, am I crazy? Am I bugging?
Exactly.
Kind of moment.
And then you observe behavior again, and then you could, present it. But like the other part where people are just like, wait, I actually lost my train of thought. wait. You said something I was about to say.
It sounds like you kind of doing like 3 strike kind of thing. Like if it keeps happening, then it's like, all right.
No, but it was for other people. Damn, it was something else. But go ahead, you go to your point. It'll come back to me. It's the champagne.
I'm riding.
She had a little shit. They was over there having bottle service today, y'all. You gotta post that video.
He's like.
We had brunch in club living room. Hello.
Mm-hmm. They had a Kei's punch brunch.
You can't post it. Brunch get a little ratchet.
Oh yeah, I was getting okay. It was that type of brunch. It was that type of day party.
It was lit. But I'm riding the train right behind y'all. Like we all on the same page, man.
Yeah.
Don't date nobody that I talked to, was in a relationship. High school, gave me a phone number. I don't want to see this person no more. They're not in my life for a reason. Yeah. Why do you want them in your life? You don't feel
it's weird.
You don't feel weird? Like
some people have no inhibition. Like the things that as much as we find it weird, other people are like, what's the problem?
Yeah.
Like I try to be understanding. I don't get it because honestly, if that's the case, you could go too. Mm-hmm. Because it's a thing of respect, I feel.
Yeah.
And it's just awkward too. Like it just changes the dynamic of the relationship when I know that I have a friend around me who I don't know if they're gonna like if I got a guy that's hollering at me, oh, is my friend gonna try to ask me if it's okay to hook up with him a week later? That's like even like if I was out with Kiana, because he just married. If I was out with Kei and a guy asked for her number and they may have texted for like 3 days and then like nothing happened after that, I still wouldn't even be comfortable asking if it's okay to talk to the dude, even if it's like months to a year later, because I was with you while he hollered at you. Like then I would feel like sloppy seconds. Like it's just weird.
Looking at her some kind of way. So if y'all get together, he still was looking at her some kind of way. Why you wanna?
Mm-hmm.
Why you wanna go and do that, love, huh?
You know what that
brunch mode.
I know, right? You know what that remind me of? That remind me of The Bachelorette. You remember when the guy was talking to you?
Oh, the Bachelorette trip.
Yeah.
Oh.
I had called him out. I was like, you annoying because you tried to talk to every girl in our group and he got mad.
He was trying to shoot his shot.
He was. Oh, miss. Okay, try again.
Let me go to the next one. I'm like, what is you, Dime? And then I ended up getting a free bottle of water from him because I was thirsty and some roses because he was that desperate. And when we walked back to the hotel with Kiana and Kia, I said something to him. Oh, I was like, oh, you're whack.
That's when I said it because he was because all of us were walking back with you and him, and he was like, I think I was just so over the night.
No, you didn't. I said it because you and Kia were ahead of me, and I was walking
like, you tried to talk to everybody, and then you called him out, and you were like, "That's whack." And then that's when all that other stuff happened.
He got mad at me because actually I said it first. I was like, "You're whack. Like you're really whack." Because he followed me. I guess like they'll buy me a bottle of water and some roses. I'm like, if you're gonna be that pressed, I'm thirsty. We done danced all night. We done danced all night. It's hot in Mexico. I'll take a bottle of water. We walking back. He follows. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, you're whack. No, like you're mad or whack. You're just whack.
Oh my God.
And he really tried to talk to me after. I finally had to block him because it was like too much.
Yeah, the most.
Too much.
I don't like the press. Like I want you to show me interest, but it's like it's men don't really understand this about women. Like being all like I'm like ew. Yeah. Like give me a little something. Be like okay, let me take a step towards you. Like put out some bait. You know what I'm saying? And let me walk towards you. Don't
get mad and call me ugly.
Yeah, right? Because, and if the vibe ain't there, it just ain't there. Like,
the niggas used to get me when the dudes try to holler at you and they be like, oh, what's good, beautiful, da-da-da-da, then you look good. You don't say nothing. They be like, you ugly anyway. I'm like, oh, okay.
Like you wasn't saying that at first.
Right. And that shit was happening in high school. Like I'm in my school uniform. Like, yo, blue skirt. Like I'm 15. Why are you screaming at me?
Exactly.
Like,
I'm gonna keep looking straight and try to get home.
Oh my God, please let me just get home safe. Oh goodness, that other thought still ain't come back to me yet, but it's okay. Anyway, any other friend codes?
I just feel like outside of relationships and like guys, I feel like my friend code is too, like, if you my friend and somebody is talking about me and you're constantly bringing it back, at some point I'm gonna say like, well, what are you saying in defense of me?
You just
Bring it back once or twice, it's fine. But after a while, it's like, don't bring nothing back to me. People shouldn't even get that far, and you shouldn't even be bringing it back to me after a while. Like, okay, once, twice to give me a heads up, cool. But every time I turn around, I'm coming back with something.
Yeah, that's not.
You're having a lot of conversations.
They instigate.
Yeah, they just here for a good time, for real. Because at your expense. Because then my question would be, why is people so comfortable talking around you? Like, I want other people to be very uncomfortable around my friends, which that has not been the case. I don't know why, because I always find out every single time in every circle. But I want y'all to be uncomfortable to say something around me, like, oh, Egypt right there. Don't say nothing. You know she gonna tell Kia, oh, Imani right there. Yes, they're gonna tell me.
Or you know she's going to defend her.
What'd you say?
Or you know she's going to defend her.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, listen, there's been situations, me and Monty talk about this. Like, I'm like, you're not gonna talk about my cousin like that. Like, I don't care if you're my cousin. Like, well, you know, Imani
she was.
I don't care. You're not gonna talk about her like that, at least to me. Like, what makes you the audacity? Like,
the audacity, and vice versa. I don't play that. I shut it down. There's a point in time when people was like, "Yo, always defending her." I'm like, and what else am I gonna do? Like, yes, even if I don't care if it's a comment or an opinion, what else am I going to do?
Yeah. Exactly. I don't care if I think they're wrong. You ain't gonna know. You're not gonna know.
I'm gonna keep that to myself.
In the back of my head, like, this bitch knows she wrong.
Don't tell how she's handling this. But at the end of the day, I'm like, well, you know, this is how she feels, and she feels this way, and maybe y'all should stop doing this. Have you actually gone directly and talk to her? Like,
exactly why it's one of my codes. Like,
Conversation is key in any relationship.
It is. And I'm just like, for me, like, just for people that I've known for a long time, like, especially people I've known from school, like, I was a different person. We were all different people when we were in college. And a lot of times I still feel that, like, that reputation of, like, me being, like, you know, outspoken, which I am, but people just, I guess, being fearful or I don't know, intimidated, I guess is a better word. But I just be so over it. Like, that's not my problem anymore. It used to, like, I used to want to defend it. Like, no, I'm not really like this and this. I do not care. Yeah. Like, I've gotten that, like, you know, oh, I didn't think you were approachable. The people who want to approach me, they see, like, they know me. Yeah, they know me, like, and that's okay. But, you know, people, oh, she's just so intimidating. She's just this. Okay.
I think that people say they value a certain trait, and then when somebody displays that trait,
until it's used for them.
Until it's, yeah, or like, yeah, they're like, oh, I like people that keep it real. Okay. The glasses is ugly. No, just kidding. But, like, you know, and then you keep it real, and it's like people get mad, or, you know, being outspoken. I think that people tend to like to make outspoken people the villain. It's a quiet one you gotta watch for, because you know everything I say. Like, what you see is what you get. You ain't gotta second guess when you're around me. You don't have to wonder what I'm thinking, wonder what I'm gonna do. Like, I'm a very put it all out there type of girl, just like Kiana. So you don't ever have to have your wheels spinning when you're around me. Like, it is what it is. And I think that's something that should be more appreciated, but it's not.
But I've found people in my life that appreciate it or don't.
Okay.
It's just, even if they don't like it, it's just maybe a mutual understanding. Or, I may turn it down a little bit for them. I may. It depends. But, I'm just me. Take it or leave it.
Okay. And you gonna keep being you.
Yo, I don't think you could hear her laughing. She laughing mad hard.
I'm laughing.
She said,
Yo, Egypt always calling somebody out.
Yo, why you going mad hard?
Egypt's always calling somebody out. Like,
so
and I'm talking and I got a silent laugh. I'm like,
don't be fake around her neither, because she'll call you out too. Like, why are you smiling like that? Like, shut up.
I'm just existing, Egypt. I can't live. Like, yo, this whole weekend, by the way, none of these people have let me live. Like,
I believe it.
I have literally been, honestly, I've been chill. But it's been like, what? There goes Kei. I'm like, I'm just
I wish I was there for that.
Oh my gosh. It was funny.
Show.
Yeah, everything. We were cooking, I don't do that. Like, Caleb, what did he say? Oh, Kei's a restaurant. You get what you get.
She's like, well, I didn't do that, so what?
So the rice came out kind of mushy. I was like, well,
my fault.
I didn't do that. I didn't do that. Everything else was good that I did. So
get what you get.
Get what you get.
You get what you get. This is not Burger King. You cannot have it your way.
You cannot have it your way. You cannot. Not here. Any more friend codes before we move to relationships? Ooh, child.
I think too, just another one is supporting. Like, or like, it can't just always be about you. Like, you gotta learn how to make it about your friends and creating safe spaces where your friends can share things, celebrate with you, be vulnerable with you. I just think that's a standard code. Like, it can't just, be about your stuff. It got to be about your friends too. Yeah. And I think, well, we already talked about, like, if you have an issue, talk to somebody about it. But I feel like you should also create a safe space for your friends to talk to you about things.
No judgment.
Period. Right. Whether it's a new outfit. I just feel like, especially if your friends come to you happy about something, a standard code should be like, even if you don't agree with it, or it's not something that resonates with you, or something that really, like, sticks with you, like, don't be no hate about that shit. Like, still be excited for your friend, or happy, or whatever. Be engaged. Don't be on some like, well, I wouldn't wear it, or I wouldn't do it, or.
You know what? I think a lot of times people feel like you're asking their opinion.
No.
And that's the part. Like, I wasn't really asking what you think. I was just telling you. Like,
I was being excited.
That kind of comes with the personality. Like, like, oh, y'all, let me tell y'all. And y'all like, but I didn't want to know what you thought. I just wanted to tell you. Right.
Because there's things that some of my friends come to me about and be like, oh, look at this. And in my mind, I'm like, well, on the outside, I'm like, bitch, you better. Like, and that's just how you gotta be. Like, I just think, what's the point of bringing somebody down if they happy about it? Like,
because if they want the voice of reason, they know where to find it.
Exactly.
I'm like, well, girl, I actually been waiting for you to ask me about it, because I've said that to you, Imani. I'm like, well, actually, since you asked, but if you ask, or if I as a friend, sister, cousin, whatever, see something happening,
you can't have them in the streets looking crazy.
Yeah, I ain't gonna have you out here looking crazy.
Nah.
But if you're coming to me like, oh, I really like this or whatever, and Imani always, because I do it to her, she'll be like, oh, I ate this. I'll be like, oh, she's like, don't yuck my yum.
Don't yuck my yum.
I'm like, I don't like that. And she's like, don't yuck my yum. I'm like, I'm not. I just don't like it.
But I think that's something like people don't realize, like, when it comes to friends, like, you don't always have to, well, the food thing I don't care about, but you don't always have to, like, say your opinion.
Yeah.
Sometimes you could just be a cheerleader.
Yeah. Even if you don't like it, it's just about being there. I think too, the one that you said about making things about other people, that is another one I really struggle with. And it's come to the point where I just don't even invite certain people no more, because they don't, and it's not, I still love them to death, but this day is about me.
Yeah.
And y'all, like, I have specific things that are about me, like my birthday, if I graduate from somewhere, new job, whatever the case. Like, and I was just like, okay, it's about me today. Like,
this is not your moment.
It's really not your moment. I understand if you're in crisis, but sometimes some people are always in crisis.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
no, seriously,
it's like you're always in crisis, and I'm just asking.
Oh, we got an issue.
Always have an issue, which, you know what? As your friend, I understand, which I'm here for 99% of the time.
Right.
I needed this one day, my birthday. Hey, I know how I'm about my birthday.
Yes.
just make it about Kiana. Please.
Not about yourself.
Please.
Or anybody else.
Just showing up, showing up for events and then just showing up in general. Like,
being supportive.
Just being supportive. Like, I don't know, like, social media has made it like cool to not support your friends. Mm-hmm. Like, I know you see these stories. I know you see these 50,000 pages. Do you have to follow every single one of them? It would be nice, but it's not. Yes. It would be nice, but
it's
just
not gonna hurt you to hit the like button, to
heart eyes,
to share it. Like,
exactly.
Are you embarrassed?
Even if you follow it and mute it, I wouldn't know. Shit, I got the numbers. Yeah. That's all I care about, So it's just like little stuff like that where I'm just like, you know what? And that's where the energy return, like, because we have a good friend and family group. Because even like sometimes I be scrolling. I don't even know whose story I'm on because I see your stuff, her stuff, Mecca stuff, Nikki stuff. I see everybody's stuff.
Yeah, because we're sharing stuff so much.
Stuff, so I don't even know whose story I'm looking at no more.
And we be like,
and just putting it. It takes nothing. It takes 2 seconds. Like ain't no. Okay, let me before I say this, let me think. Yeah, ain't nobody that I know personally getting money for their aesthetics on Instagram yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. So put it on your page, put it on your story. It will not kill you.
Exactly.
It will not kill you, but it's just like I'm not gonna follow you. I'm not a fan. I'm not this. Like, just follow the damn page.
That's like, hateration stuff. Like,
to get to that point, I don't care no more. And please don't ask me.
That's when they gonna start hitting you up. That's when they gonna start hitting you up.
Yeah. Like, please don't ask me for nothing.
Please don't ask me, because you act like you ain't see the video I sent you. You act like I hate when I send content or stuff to people and they don't even respond or acknowledge it. We send pictures to each other. Let me tell you what Kiana does. Kiana will take a photo shoot of herself. It will be on Instagram. We will acknowledge it on Instagram. But Kiana will need the extra acknowledgement and send it to the group chat for extra likes. So you know what? But I know that feeds her spirit. And so as a sister, cousin, friend, I'm not going to be like, girl, I already seen it, or act like I'm going to give her the same energy I give on Instagram. Yes!
It's okay, first of all.
She was like, did y'all see this? I'm like,
wait.
Me and Imani and I had to be like, Kiana, we saw it. We liked it. We commented. But
it's not that extra.
In the grass with the flowers.
It's not.
Let me get some of that sunshine.
It's not that. It's that I just want to know if you and oh Lord, I'm getting caught in your hair again. I want to know if you saw it. It's not the extra. Like, it's not the double acknowledgement. I just want to know that y'all saw it. Like, whatever. I'm gonna still do it. I don't care.
And keep doing it because it makes you. And we still gonna love it in the chat and on the gram. I'm gonna love it times 2. Because I'm your cheerleader, okay? I'm a part of your cheer squad.
And sometimes I be going through, I'm like, I haven't been on this page in a minute.
No,
like.
Or Cecilia, sister, Egypt me. I don't know. Well, I don't post as much as I was before, but.
And my feed be messed up too. So when I see it, I'm like, oh snap.
The whole
algorithm.
I could post that literally Egypt like 15 photos of the day. I was like, oh, I got 15 likes. People see my page. Naturally Egypt. Egypt. I was like, oh, she's caught up.
It takes nothing though. Like, just to be your friend's cheerleader. Like, I just don't get some people that like go out their way to act like they don't see you or what you doing.
Like, because I'm like, bitch, I know you see me. Because you see me for everything else. You see me for everything else. But as soon as I have something, it's like, I ain't even asked you to buy nothing yet. But it's like, but whatever. But, it is what it is.
I didn't even know you had a page. Like,
we on.
Great face.
There's no way, especially with the amount of mutual followers, especially over time. Like, I have friends from preschool literally up to this time now. And parties in the Bronx, everybody has mixed. High school, college, family, AKA, like all these things have mixed together. So I be having like at least 150 mutual followers with people. There's no way you don't see me.
Exactly.
There's no way.
I hate it.
No way. Just say you ain't want to do it. I would respect that more.
Say you a hater. Say it with me. I am a hater.
Say it. Just say it.
Make you feel better.
It's a release.
And hating don't get you nowhere. Worry about yourself.
We would just talk about that on Hamilton.
That gets me so tight. I don't like haters. You really that miserable with your life that you gotta hate on me? And I'm really just chilling, living my best life. But okay. All right.
It's the insecurity.
That's another code right there.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it be haters like, ugh.
And your friend group.
Don't pretend you my best friend. We've been rocking, we've been riding, and I ain't even text you since last year. Like, what do you?
That'd be my thing.
Oh, I know Egypt.
Ooh, you talking about a specific situation.
Yeah, I started catching on. Like we got specific.
That sounds real familiar.
That sounds familiar. Oh, I know Egypt. Oh, okay. Wait, know what you're talking about.
You know it's bad when her husband get in on it. Caleb was like, you know it's bad when Caleb be like, you don't even know Egypt like that. You get so tight. Like, that's how you know.
That's how it need to be with friends and relationships.
This is true.
Like, what you talking about?
I'm like, I don't think Monty gonna like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think.
I think I gave Tiana one time a list of people that if I were to pass away, God forbid, to not speak at my funeral.
She had sent me that meme. She was like, just FYI, you will be this person. And gladly.
Like, 10 people at the door.
Like, what are you doing? I had made not a joke, or I didn't make a joke. I made a joke about that with my mom the other day because she was talking about a family member or whatever the case. And I don't even know how we got into that conversation about, like, God forbid she passed or whatever. The funeral. I said, listen, at your funeral, everybody gonna be mad at me. And she was laughing. I was like, I'm dead serious. I said, y'all gonna need to keep that same energy, certain people, when she was alive, keep that same energy, silent and non-existent, that way. Don't bring it here because I will be a wreck, but I'm gonna have energy for that.
Don't bring your tears to me.
Don't bring them. Oh, Kiana, who are you?
You wasn't talking like that.
Exactly.
I know you, like, just, that and it's not like a lot of people, they find it not compassionate or not empathetic or whatever the case. And I know that there are life events that happen that make people, come back around and stuff like that. It's just certain things I'm just not going to be here for. I'm just not. Like,
treat people like trash. That's the
number one. We ain't got time.
That's number one.
Yeah. Like, you treat me like trash, you act like I don't exist, and then somebody dies, or you get sick, or I get sick, God forbid, whatever. And now it's, let's rekindle. And you know what? It's funny that I said that, because Imani, me and Imani have, Imani talks to me a lot about rekindling things with certain, like she's because she's a peacemaker. And honestly, if it wasn't from her, I would have just like ignored the person, because I know she has like the best intention. So, and because when she talks, I really be listening, like, because the answer is usually no, but I'm like, you know what, don't be like that. Let me go into it. Let me really digest what she's saying, because I know this is a person who's speaking from love and like wants me to, just whatever, all that good stuff. But like, especially this year, I'm just like, it's not rekindling season. You
did say that, yes.
It's just not, because I'm trying to internalize it, and I've internalized things from both of y'all before. And be like, you know what, you're right, whatever. But like, you're right, or I probably should make this change, or shouldn't be this way or that way. But with that, like, these situations, I'm just like, I'm starting to get frustrated trying to internalize it. That's why it's not the season.
Yeah, like, and you gotta choose your seasons.
Yeah.
For that type of work. Yeah, I get it. I mean, I'm big on relationships. And so usually I'm like, if there's an opportunity for somebody to just let bygones be bygones, because people fall out. Nobody's perfect. Somebody's going to always do something to piss somebody off. Like, that's just life. And so if we can like figure it out and work it out, I'm big on that. But at the same time, I'm also not going to encourage a relationship that's not healthy too. And so if it's a friendship where it's one-sided constantly, or the other friend just isn't a good friend or is insecure, that's another thing I don't like. Friends that are so insecure that they project that on you, and like make you feel like you gotta dim your light in order for them to shine. Like if I have to change the way I dress, act, speak when I'm around you and other people because you don't feel the best about yourself or for secure in who you are, we can't be friends, because I can't. Friends that be like, "Oh, what you wearing? Don't wear that because I'm not wearing that." What that got to do with me? Step your game up. Like,
up, honey.
if you really feel that insecure about me putting on some heels and some gloss, like, no, like, step your game up.
Only time, I mean, honestly, I'm not gonna front. I miss those conversations. I feel like I haven't had those conversations in so long. Like, the only time that the conversation is or has been appropriate is if, like, let's say the three of us is going out and we're say like going to a brunch or whatever. I would ask, "Are we wearing heels?" That's about it. I mean, I really don't ask that.
Just to get a vibe, so you're not too OD or you're not too underdressed. You wanna be like somewhere in the same area.
Exactly, because we still gonna be cute anyway.
Yeah.
But I have to correct. I don't say, "Are we wearing heels?" I would say, "We're wearing heels."
Gotta tell us,
right? You gotta know we wear everybody heels. Okay, but other than that, yeah, you're absolutely right. Like I've had situations like that where I had to notice for myself, like maybe the other person didn't say it, but I felt it. Like I was like, "Oh, I want to wear, this floral bright pink, green, yellow dress," and I know this person, like, they whack. Like they can't really dress. They're my friend, but they whack,
And I want to hear them talking like, "You so extra."
Why you
always gotta wear heels?
That is annoying as hell.
Do you have to have your cleavage? Like,
I sure do. Everywhere.
Mind your business. Like
why am I so intimidating to you? Like, why are you so bothered by me? Because the thing is, when you're so bothered by me, that's your problem. That's not me. That's your problem. I'm either triggering you, remind you of somebody else, and if I am, you need to go process that elsewhere. Don't bring it here. Don't bring it here.
I hate feeling like that. I hate feeling like I have to process, am I being too loud? Am I being too much? Am I being too this? Am I, I hate having to overthink about who I am when I'm around people. And so my friendships, I shouldn't even have to think twice about who I am and how I'm acting around my friends, because it should be a comfortable enough space where the people I'm around are celebrating me and not tolerating me.
You want that gas, girl? Okay.
Exactly.
I don't think I came up with that. I think that was on social media somewhere. But
it don't matter. It still fits perfectly. Like,
you heard it here.
You heard it. Blvd. You heard it here first.
You heard it here and nowhere else.
Right. And I think that part too, the not being tolerated part, I haven't felt like that in so long. That feeling is like unfamiliar because I'm surrounded by people that I love.
People are cut off. Like, you don't need that negativity, those kind of vibes, that energy, like
anything. And the vibe. It's the thing
vibe is everything.
Whoever's watching this, if you're questioning, the answer is yes. If you're feeling that vibe, the answer is yes. And now the next step for you is to figure out if it's worth it to you to have a conversation about it. If it's worth it, we can't answer that for you. Yeah. But you can figure it out.
And if that person is not willing to have a conversation, it's not even worth trying the conversation. There you go. Because that's the most important part.
Yeah. Just think about how you feel at the end of the night when you come home from hanging out with certain groups of people. Or after you get off the phone with somebody, how do you feel? Like, and do you feel like you're overthinking about who you are? And that's not somebody you want to hang around, because they a hater.
Not even healthy. It's not even healthy. Oh yes, that is your tip for the day. Shade Boulevard, you got that for free. Okay. I want to say because my rate is definitely not free per hour. Okay. So y'all take these little teas, okay? But okay. codes in relationships. Are we doing just relationships or like dating and relationships? For you, it would be
both.
okay.
You're talking about Kayla don't care.
Both.
Okay. So number one, I don't know if this is code or what. We kind of touched on this a little bit, but insecure. If you are insecure, listen, the last relationship I was in, I've never met somebody so insecure. So, I mean, just literally, I was holding back parts of myself because I didn't want them to be like, do the same shit they did when I ended up being myself anyway. Like, asking me questions like, oh, well, when did you start doing that? Where did you have that conversation? Where did you do it? This is me. Like, what do you mean? You know, so I can't take somebody like a man who is insecure.
Yeah. If you gotta hold back or you feel like you have to hold back, then it's not gonna work out.
It's not gonna work. And you know, a lot of times people, not just women, but people and people are human beings are not meant to be alone. We're not. We're supposed to be in companionship, even if it's with friends, family, or whatever. We are not supposed to be alone. But desperation drives a lot of crazy situations because we're just like, you know, I've been patient for so long, or I've just been single for so long. And like the last 3 years that I've been single, I really had to keep reminding myself, like, you know what, hold up. Because I might like hanging out with this person, but they be annoying as hell. Yeah. Like, and I had to find myself like, you know what, I don't see myself hanging on to this long term. Like, so because you may be insecure. There's just a difference in the tone when you're talking to a secure man and an insecure one. Like, I don't know. I can't think of an example right now, but it's just a tone. Snapping. You just know, like, oh damn, babe, how you know how to do that? Your makeup, instead of like, where you know how to do that? Yes. Oh my gosh. There's such a difference. Like, damn, baby, how you know how to do that? I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know you know how to slay your eyebrows like that or whatever. As opposed to like,
you ain't gotta look like that.
Yeah, like that's how dumb y'all be looking. Confused, like
you gotta do the Duffy. You gotta do the DJ Duffy.
That's how y'all men be looking when you be insecure. Where you going with all that makeup? I only got
the park. Mind your business.
I only got one father. Last time I checked, okay, and he was not you. But you know, just insecure. That's my number one thing. Once I sniff it, I see it, I sense it. I be like, what's that? I gotta go.
I'm weak. I'm so weak.
That goes with finances too. Like, I can pay for stuff. You can pay for stuff. Like, if I'm making more than you, it's not a big deal. Like, if the man thinks it's a big deal when a woman's making more than him and he can't handle that, that's his problem.
Why are you talking about my last relationship again?
See, you gotta pay for everything with me, but
Listen.
As
long as you're trying to advance in your career and you're not a bum and you're not mad that I'm making, I could be a scientist or a doctor and you could be a what?
Well, not something that low. It gotta be
middle. Give me something middle. What? A librarian? Like you want to be a librarian? There's nothing wrong with that.
A teacher.
Yeah, and I'm a doctor. Obviously, I make more than you, but you can't be mad at me because of that.
Yeah.
No, I hear you about that.
Like, the whole
I'll be mad at you, but you don't have to be mad at me.
The whole finances thing is a little, like, my perspective, especially after my last relationship, it changed because I was making a lot of money and he was not. But obviously that wasn't a factor because I knew how much he was making when I started talking to you. But it was a factor for him. It was like, but see, okay, this is my thing. I'm a single woman, right? I finance myself. When I go out, I go out. Like, you know, I buy drinks, I'm getting crab legs, I'm getting seafood, like we're going out. I'm having a good time because if not, I could just stay home.
I'm drinking tequila.
I'm getting tequila.
Top shelf.
It's top shelf. I mean, like, I'm not trying to be sick tomorrow. Ew.
Right.
So, yeah, you know, So my thing is, if you're coming in and you're dating me or whatever the case, you see how I do things. This is how I finance me. So if you cannot meet that or better, then we might not need to. And it's not about gold digging, because the thing is, I'm doing it by myself already. Yeah. I'm doing it on my own, especially like I work hard.
Say that again. You work hard.
I work hard. Like I deal with people all the time, mentally ill people all day long, every single day. So I'm going to treat myself. I am going to go for, the nice resort. I am going to go for the Hard Rock. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like if you miss it outside, the Hard Rock. But I am going to go for that. And it's like, if you're not willing to, and then there's some things where I just maybe don't care about it, but you see that in the talking stage. You'll see like, I don't really care. Like, we could order out, we could do whatever. But the part where now we're a union and you're asking me to bring it down just because you can't afford it, not in a sense of like, I'm trying to save for this next thing, or I'm transitioning jobs, or right now, babe, let's just kind of cut back because I have this other plan or whatever. Just because you can't afford it, what they got to do with me? Why I gotta suffer when I was doing that myself, okay?
If y'all on a date and you want crab legs,
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Like,
the bills is paid. You can afford the crab legs. What's the problem?
I did overtime.
That part.
I did overtime for this.
That was our episode of Married at First Sight, season 11, the most recent season, actually. One of the couples that obviously didn't stay together. She was a nurse practitioner, and nurse practitioners make good money. Mm-hmm. I don't know what he did, but he obviously did not make as much as her. And they made it clear, like, that she made more than him when they talked about finances. And she said it, like, I have a lifestyle. Like, I like to vacation at least once or twice a year. Like, I like to go out. I like to try new things. I like to try new restaurants. Like, she's a single woman. Like, she has a nice salary. She works hard. And so she was just saying she likes to do social things. He automatically like shut that down and like try to make it seem like, well, because he owned a house, he tried to make it seem like, well, I'm financially responsible, I budget, da da da. And she was like, I'm open into budgeting and like redoing, re-examining my life, but I still want to have a life. Like, I still want to enjoy life, and I feel like you could do both, which I'm in agreement with. But I think that he shut her down so much because he was intimidated by the fact that she was accustomed to a certain lifestyle. And instead of him coming in and saying, you know what, let me level up to match that. Let me figure out how I can work my finances out so I can go on vacation at least once a year too, or try new restaurants and things with her too. He automatically like
wanted her to
put it with the, like try to break her down about liking the nicer things in life. And I saw right through it immediately. Like, he just was intimidated by it. Like, I'm doing everything myself. Match my fly or level up. Like, that's my whole thing. Like, if you see a woman doing her thing at a certain level in life, and you see she goes out with her girlfriends, you see she goes to music festivals, if you know you're not about to do none of that, don't come in her life.
Leave me alone.
No, because I'm not about to be out and I got a man staying at home. Like,
that is the one. That annoys the hell out of me. That annoys the hell out of me. Listen, don't leave me unattended for too long. That's all I'm saying. Okay? Don't leave me unattended for because what? Oh, you got to
find people when I'm out.
That's the first thing that these men, when they come up to you, you got a man? Yeah. Where he at? And then now I'm getting mad because I'm thinking about you sitting at home when I told you to come out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just can't. You coming with me, or I'm coming with you. Yeah. What are we doing if not? Like, and I ain't going everywhere. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes I like, I love my alone time.
Yeah.
What are we doing? Oh, I don't like crowds. I don't like this. I don't like that. What do you like? Next.
That ain't gonna work for me, boo.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work.
That's another quote you brought up that it's not really just about men, but like friends too. When I am with someone, I don't want it to be where like I just diss my friends completely. Like, I do still feel like sometimes girlfriend things are important, or if I am gonna go out, with my man, like it's important that it's like a fun friend environment and I'm not making it like a couple thing. Like, I think it's really important to do things outside of your relationship. Even if you and your man are friends and y'all kick it together, Like Egypt and Kaylin are really good at this. Like when we're around them, it's not like a couple thing all the time. Like, do they have couple friends? Yes. Do they do couple things? Yes. But like, it's just like everybody's hanging out, having fun. I think our family in general is good about that. Like when they have somebody, the good thing is they end up being friends with their partner. And so everybody ends up hanging out and it doesn't feel like, oh, this weird thing. And they're just stuck up their partner's ass. Like,
be yourself.
Yeah, and I think that's just an important code. Like,
out or
that's the worst.
Like,
I still need friend time. I still need girl time. I still need socialization outside of my man. And so that's another code I live by. Like, don't get a person and then it's just like you can't do nothing without them, nothing outside of them, or it has to only be couple stuff. Like, balance.
I like alone time too. Sometimes Kaylin, if you want to go out, I'll be like, I'm just gonna stay home and watch it.
I know that's right.
See when you get back.
And I'll be up to like 3 a.m. I don't even stay up late. I'll be like, it's good.
I'm alone.
I know you're not gonna watch that kind of stuff with me, so I'm like, I'm gonna have a good time.
That's important. That's so important.
It is like alone time. Y'all know how I feel about my alone time. It is very important to me. Like, I don't know, whatever next relationship I'm in, I know that's something I really have to like break myself out of because I've been doing it for so long. Even when I was in a relationship the last time, I was still alone. Like, so it's just comfortable for me, especially since I talk to people all day. I just be like, yes, me and my own thoughts and nothing else. But yeah, it has to be a happy medium. But like I said, you come with me, so get dressed. Like, what are you doing? Anyway, let's see another code. Which one you got any?
I'm going with the flow.
Then we got show our matching glasses.
Oh yes, let's do a cheers. Friendsgiving cheers.
Cheers.
Your glasses are cute. Clink clink.
Telling mutual friends your business.
Ooh.
Oh, for relationships, like your partner telling like y'all friends couple business.
Yep.
I never had that.
I was just talking.
That's why it ended. Because he wanted to tell everybody everything. Calling Egypt, calling this one, calling that one.
It was a lot. It was kind of scary, to be honest. If you're watching, I'm sorry. It was kind of scary. But
or if you was a friend that was in the middle talking, sorry to you too.
But and it's like with the friends, I've made it very clear. Like, if he comes to you, tell me because I'm gonna get in that ass, and that's exactly why it ended. That was I mean, there was a whole bunch of other things.
That was the cherry on top.
That was the straw. Especially after I said, "Don't do that. Don't do that." It's
embarrassing. And they come to me, and I'm like, "Bro, she said no."
You in my business? Don't do that.
Don't do that.
She did. I'm like, I don't want to know.
And the thing is, it's like you telling other people as if they could regulate me. You can't even regulate me, sweetheart.
Like what's this going to do for us? It's just going to make it worse.
It was one time you did. Remember we went to King and Diamonds? You remember that? You were like, I don't know. You were like, it was a texting situation. Where you were like, no,
She was wrong on that one.
Okay, hold on. I was wrong. But
I didn't need to know that.
Yeah.
It's not my business.
Egypt checked me. She was like, no, Kiana, you know you're wrong.
I was
but see, in that moment, I was able to switch it around because the text messages were old. Yeah. They were months old.
Yeah.
But he was going through my phone, so you don't go looking for something you ain't ready for. But that's a whole nother story.
But this is why you don't tell mutual friends.
Yeah. So
I don't know what's going. Well, I didn't know what's going on in their relationship, but you ain't supposed to know what's going on in their relationship.
Yeah.
I feel like, and I learned that from you guys too. Like, well, obviously after that last situation, but I see from y'all just keeping things private and like how it's like nice. It's nice to just have it, and when I want to share, I'll share. Y'all know I'm gonna share. That ain't no problem. But it's just nice to see it. Like before, it's just everything on social media, everything this, everything that. But then when shit don't work out, and I gotta answer all these questions that I'm not gonna answer. So you know, but definitely the mutual friend thing is like, and that's why it's important too. Another code: your partner needs to have their own friends.
Yeah.
Bloop, that part. I look at that real quick. Like, who you got in your life?
Your friends are not my friends. And then I also have an issue with people who only have family. Like they don't have any people outside their family. I have an issue with that because your family obligated to put up with you. Like, let's just keep it like, what are your social skills like outside of the people that you grew up with?
Mm-hmm.
I have an issue with that.
Big fact.
So,
yeah, look at these things when you're dating somebody. Like, and
the older you get,
I look at all that. What's your relationship with your mama like? Your pappy, your family, your friends? Like, what's tea? Because it's true, and I'm big on keeping things private because I know I need to figure things out for myself. So there's no need to like have all our business on Front Street. Some people that works for them, that don't work for me. I'm big on privacy. Like, yes, you'll see it. People like, oh, y'all only post the good stuff. Yes, what you want me to post the time I choked him out for rolling his eyes at me? Like, just kidding. Just kidding. Like, you want me to post that? Because damned if you do, damned if you don't. Then there are people that live all their relationship drama out on social media and you talking about them. Yeah. So, like Summer Walker, okay, in London on the Track. So
clown behavior.
So just post your pics of you eating at a new restaurant until y'all break up, like me. Y'all find out the tea when it needs to be found out.
I mean, I'm saying though, and you know what? I think that's something too. Like I've had to like not adjust to, but just like see a different perspective on, because like, you know, especially as we share so much, I'm like, what's the secret? Like, but it's like it's not about me. That's the thing. Like, it's not about like I'm keeping this from you specifically. It's that you don't know with it on your own. I'm the other person is dealing.
It's your relationship.
They're trying to handle it and process it, and it's just easier to process that when you have it within your union. Absolutely. I mean, think about the people that we know that always complaining about some boy drama. You get tired of hearing about it, and then you judge them. Don't nobody want to hear that. Yeah. So they'd be better off if they just, excuse my French, shut the F up and kept it to themselves. I mean, unless you're like really going through something bad, like being abused, then definitely reach out. But like, just shut up. And then y'all break up, then tell us all the juice.
Yeah. But the thing is, it's like, for real, just when you complaining about something, complaining,
I hate complaining. Oh my God.
Say it.
No. The only thing I hate about complaints is when you complain and then you keep doing the same thing and then you ask me for advice. I gave you the advice. Why are you complaining? Like,
yeah. So with complaining is not solution based. I'm a very solution based person. So when somebody comes to me, and I've had to recognize this, like sometimes friends just want to come and vent, which I've had to recognize, because I've literally had a friend like, I'm like, all right, why try this? And they'd be like, Kiana, I really just want to be mad right now. And I'm like,
yeah, I'm learning that.
You know what? I heard you. I'm going to be quiet. I'm here. I'm listening because especially if a friend comes to me, I don't want them to be upset. Yeah. I don't want them to feel sad. So I'm going to try to figure out what to do next. But sometimes, well, you know, I preach it all the time. You got to feel your feelings. Yeah. So let them feel it. But constantly complaining, you're not getting anywhere. Like, and you're also not making room for a solution. You're just talking, girl, let me tell you, like,
yeah,
exactly.
Like I'm at the bank and I keep getting caught.
Like, yo, I went in there when they opened, when it was a line outside. I don't know why I got caught.
Because you was in broad daylight, yes, dummy.
Maybe you should wait until the sun goes down. Maybe you should wait for shift change. Everybody know what time the shift changes. Hello, like
no, you want to go crack it down.
Everybody refreshed and energized from the day before. Like, you gonna get caught.
Right, they got their eyes on you. Like, they want to,
you know. So
I'm big on that too. Privacy, like I don't need you telling your friends and family everything. Like, that was a code I really lived by my last relationship, and I always told my partner that, like, I was like, I'd rather go to you or God, no, and God, not or. about our issues, or a therapist, a licensed or, professional, or somebody who went to school for it, because I don't want my friends and family looking at you no type of way while I'm figuring out our situation, and if it's even something to look at. Yeah. So I used to always emphasize that. So I'm with you on that. Like, you can't be going to tell everybody our business.
Yeah. That just ain't gonna work. That is like, that's a deal breaker. It's a deal breaker. Yeah. So
yeah.
That gives people the right to prejudge you.
Ooh, I don't think sometimes too people don't realize the permissions they give. So last relationship, my ex was talking to one of my sorority sisters, matter of fact, like telling them things about the relationship, and of course, naturally, and I never blamed her. Cause
yeah, no, it wasn't her fault.
I told him I'm in a relationship with him, not her. Like, this is my sister.
Yeah.
She gonna be here, and she's still here way after you. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So that wasn't my issue. The issue is you making people feel comfortable enough to question you about me, or even if it's people I know. Obviously, it's people I know before you, but you giving other people the permission to be a part of it, and I'm like, what? So that part is like when you're making people feel comfortable enough to ask me questions or ask you questions, and your dumb ass gonna answer, instead of realizing like, that's not really any of your business.
Exactly. Yeah, that's big. You shouldn't be letting nobody feel. I feel like my man just should never have anybody comfortable enough to judge us, judge me, disrespect me, or think they can enter our relationship in any capacity, whether that's a home wrecker, a prejudger, somebody, a gossiper, whatever. My man should never make anybody feel comfortable infiltrating our relationship. Period.
Yep.
Period.
Yep. Any other codes for relationships? I mean, we could be here all day with that. That's a whole episode, honestly.
That's our relationships episode.
That's a whole episode, like. But anyway, what was the other one?
Events.
Events.
Oh, go ahead, Monty. I know you got some words.
She got the tea on this.
She got the tea.
Just for see.
I have a couple of codes on relationships, on events that I like to live by or try to live by, and would love the people around me to live by. I think the biggest one for me is I can't stand that when if I wanted to invite somebody else outside of you to anything that I'm doing, I would say that. I get really irritated when I invite people to something, whether it's something for me or even something I'm going to, and they feel the need to invite everybody. Like, they can't go anywhere alone with just me. Like, then we're not really friends, or we don't really have a genuine relationship if I can't invite you to something and you just can't say, okay, and show up.
Yeah.
If I specify, bring your partner, bring your sister, usually it's because it's somebody I've been around, I like, and I want to hang out with, or I know. Right. The biggest thing for me is personal events, like housewarmings, weddings, birthday, just baby showers, celebratory events. I think it's so weird to me when people feel like especially a housewarming in somebody's personal space, when people feel like they need to have a +1, especially a +1 I don't know, because even if they came and said congratulations, they can't genuinely warm my home or me because they don't know me and know my journey to get to this point. A. B, I don't know what energy they got going on, and it may not be bad. It's just energy.
I just don't know it. It don't matter.
I just don't know it. That's coming into my house. C, this is not a probate for the people in your life, meaning my event is not the opportunity to show off who's in your life. If you want to show off who's in your life, you have an event or invite us to dinner or something with you where I can meet your person. Like, I just think it's so weird when people do that. And another thing is, like, I paid for this.
Hello?
Out of my pocket. So now I'm feeding somebody who is coming to my space again that really can't genuinely warm it.
And empty-handed.
And probably gonna be empty-handed because I'm not gonna expect a gift.
That's what I was gonna say. I bet they ain't bring a gift for you.
So I just have a big issue. Like, my code.
Can we acknowledge the C where it's a pandemic?
That, but even if it wasn't a pandemic, like, that's just a code I live by. Like, unless I specify for you to invite somebody else, I just don't see the need for you to like bring somebody with you. I just don't get it. And so that's, unless it's like an emergency, maybe case by case basis, but even then I'm like, So that's one of my biggest codes for events.
Better, okay?
That's one of my biggest code for events is just like people that feel the need to always bring somebody with them, and they can't, going back to making things about the person. You're a friend of somebody.
Time to shine.
It's their time. It's their day. It's not your day to bring somebody to make you feel more comfortable or to show off or to whatever, to have somebody on your arm or whatever the reason that you feel to bring a stranger. I just can never feel right asking one of my friends, can I bring a stranger into their home that they've never talked to, met, or that you've never made an effort for me to meet them before this opportunity?
Hello?
You never made an effort for us to connect. So you want to use my platform, my space for that opportunity? No, I think that's absolutely rude. And I think it's rude when people ask if they could bring somebody to people's special events that they pay for out of their pockets.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, some situations is different. Like my graduation party, like I was waiting for everybody because I had to pay for it. Whoever didn't come to pay, I was like, you not bringing your boyfriend? Oh, you are? Okay, send me.
Like, that was the one event where Kiana was like, plus ones, come on. Because any other event, Kiana was like, no.
Who that? I don't know.
And I was like, this boat needs to be okay.
Oh, let me tell you, learning experience, okay? In my head, I know 100 people. Getting them to fill a boat was a different story. Like, never again, but that's a different story. But yeah, even the day of, somebody text me, was like, can I bring my brother? Yes. Can he bring cash? Yes. Like,
let that have been another event though? Can't I'm like, hell no.
I would be like, no. Who's your brother? I don't know him.
And make sure he's wearing all white. All white.
Follow the dress code.
At that point,
I didn't let you bring your brother and he couldn't wear all white. Come on.
Did somebody not wear all white?
I don't even know him. But that don't mean I'm not going to say something. I don't care if I don't know him. You shouldn't have bought him. You know me. So therefore, you're going to hear my mouth. But yeah, other than that one boat.
That was an exception. That don't even count.
That was a true exception. That day, God, y'all know the stress. But anyway.
That's a good party though.
It was.
It was a very good party.
Oh my God.
Rocking from left to right.
I can't say that I won't have another boat party when I get my license, but I will not be budgeting for 100 people. Maybe like 50. 50 I could do because 30 is my family alone, and then 20 other people that, I can tolerate. Also, if they don't come, I can cover the cost because I was out of my league at that damn party. But anyway. Another code for events, like we kind of said it already, as far as making things about the other person. I have had parties where it's just like
getting too lit.
It's just like, yes. It's just like, I thought I was supposed to be the one toe up.
I think I did that. I want to go.
You did it for one day out of the weekend. But see, you was apologetic about it. But no, I can't say that.
Yeah. It happens.
It happens. Especially.
But I was calm about mine. Like, nobody had to watch me. Nobody had to, like, I literally just went in the corner and went to sleep.
You did, and you were apologetic about it. Other situations that I've had where it happens, and like people have been apologetic, but I've had situations where it's like I said, it's just certain people I don't invite anymore because I just know you gonna be having an issue that day, and the friend, caring, giver, therapist in me is gonna be like, but then then the other part of me where I'm celebrating,
have a good time.
I'm gonna be tight, like I'm gonna be like
on the phone with whoever they got an issue with at the party.
Oh my God.
Every time.
Why? I honestly would rather you stay home. You're supposed to be out having a great time. And you on your phone the whole time.
You're all loud about it and crying and public.
Like, yeah.
It's too much.
It's just, you know what? And it's like, I'm just have to love you from a distance. And then two, I have to accept, you know, like for myself, like, you know what? This person just can't be here for you. I don't love you any less, but you just can't be here for me because you can't be here for me.
Yeah.
So, let's see. What other one about events? I mean, Gifts.
Can you show up to a baby shower without a gift?
No, you can't show up to this is my code.
Right,
no. I'm quiet because I'm agreeing. Because for Egypt's wedding, her bridal shower, it was electronic. Remember that? People had sent you gift cards all day.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
So when people were walking in empty-handed, I was having an attitude. I was like, these bitches walking in here empty-handed. And then I ain't show it all day. But then Egypt was like,
I got e-cards, Kim.
I said, wait, so so-and-so didn't bring a gift? Like, I was getting, that's why
there was a couple people that didn't bring a gift, but I got some e-cards.
Toward the end. But there was some people that walked in and they was like, they didn't even have no wine, no nothing. Like, I'm like, that's why I'm quiet because I was about to go. Like,
any kind of shower, you need to bring a gift. The point shower.
I think any type of event where you're not paying for something. So birthday parties, people tend to not give gifts. They may like buy you a drink because most of the time people do parties where like people pay for their own dinner or pay for their own way. Mm-hmm. But if it's a birthday party I'm throwing and you don't have to pay for anything like food, entry, nothing, then I expect a gift. I expect something.
The minimum is a bottle of wine.
I just think it's cold. Like
wine is $10, y'all.
It really, and you can get a nice bottle of wine for $10.
You can get 2 bottles of wine from Trader Joe's.
Okay, hello. Mm-hmm. Like it's just I completely agree. Like so, like I guess this is part of growing up because all the backyard parties and stuff we've had, I've never. But see, it's a little different because I'm expecting people from out of town. Like y'all come from Maryland, people driving up from Virginia and stuff like that. So I never really expected anything. I literally wanted you to just get there. Mm-hmm. You got to pay your way here, so get yourself here. But for real, we was like fresh out of college then. Now we're like adults.
And broke.
You know, for real. These used to be on a $20 bus, sleeping on the floor, lit.
Man, I was in college still making it work. I'm like, I'm going to give my money for this event, okay?
Exactly.
But I do think that we're adults now, and I just feel like you should not come empty-handed to celebratory events. Let me be celebratory events that you are, you know, don't have to pay for nothing. Like you're getting a free meal. You should come with something if it's a celebratory event, a birthday, a shower, something. That's my personal opinion on that.
Of course, I want your presents, but I want a present.
Yeah, that's the point of throwing a party. No offense. That is. No. For some people.
What you basically gonna do with your presents? Don't come to my baby shower without no gifts, y'all.
Don't do that. You know what else I don't like?
Not come. Save your money on your gas. Bus ticket, plane ticket, and get me some diapers. $20. I don't care.
Listen, you know, especially if I got anything to do with it, you will not be allowed in that party empty-handed. Because for the bridal shower, I was already like from across the yard. I was like,
are you over here drinking our liquor, eating our food?
That was some good liquor. That wasn't no regular drink.
No, it wasn't.
I mean, no, I do understand that. I just think it's like courtesy. It's just a courtesy.
And I understand the too, but I think it's better to not show up or to say something.
Yeah, like I got you next time. Like I had a friend recently, like I was struggling and it was her birthday and but then she moved. I got like, I had just bought some like $10 flowers because that's all I had at the time. But when she moved, I hooked her up. Like, and she didn't even have a housewarming. It was like,
it's okay.
My friend, I want to, you know, present this, you know, congratulations or whatever the case because you're my friend. But yeah, it's just weird. I don't know. It's also like a West Indian thing. You just don't go to people's place empty-handed.
I've had a friend give me gifts late. I give gifts late. As long as you give a gift and you make it clear that you won't give one, that's what I think is important. Like, even if you give it late, you know, and I think as adults, this is something that I had to learn too, and this could be a conversation for another time when we talk more about our relationship with finances. But when people budget, I think they forget to include in their budget gifts. And you should, because if you're an adult with a social life, you need to be able to add in a budget line for like gifts for weddings, gift for gifts for things like milestone events that are happening around you. That should be in your budget. It should. And like you can look up articles and stuff and they do say that, like financial experts say that should be a line item budget, because you know, while you over here shopping the latest trends at Fashion Nova, you know, you should have at least $50 set aside for the months that you know, at least a minimum $50 set aside for months you know that you have events.
If you know, have a popping social life, and not even popping, but you just have people that are close to you
that are doing things.
You and for real, ain't no bums around here. Like for real. Everybody, how many people bought a house this year? How many people got married this year? One. How many people are, you know, got pregnant, having a baby shower? It's just like, if I think about it, I'm like,
you're around people that are thriving, like constantly. And you're going to have your moment soon or eventually. Do you want this in return? Like, no.
Because you're going to get what you give, especially if it's nothing.
Exactly.
Like even when I moved here, I had to catch myself, like, you know, for events in New York or whatever, like people were inviting me back, and like, I was thinking about, I had this conversation with you. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just go back and I'm gonna do this, and then I had to catch. I said, there's people that would not even cross the bridge from like Queens to the Bronx, or Brooklyn to the Bronx, or Manhattan, or upstate to the Bronx to do whatever free event with food and drinks that I was having, and I'm supposed to buy a flight and come back for what? I'm good. I'm straight.
That part.
I'll congratulate you from a distance, and I will not be turning against you. But congratulations, girl, or boy, or whatever.
Hello. Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
I think
I keep mental notes.
We're all over this. We're like,
yeah. And another thing that too, for me, this is just my personal code opinion that you may have differences about. I feel like we're getting a little too old where every time you have an event, I'm bringing a plate. I mean, I'm making a dish, bringing food, and bringing drinks. Bring your dish, bring your drink. I think at a certain age, we should be able to throw events. I mean, you're a host.
It's your event.
Host, especially if you have a partner to host with. Yeah. Like, if you're going to host a soiree, now there are exceptions, like Thanksgiving, obviously, it's potluck style. Yeah. You know, you may have a kickback of football Sunday, that's potluck style. But if you're hosting an event at your house and it was your idea, especially if it was like your birthday or something, there's no reason why the menu is based off of your guests. That is something you should be having provided yourself as a host, and anything anybody else brings is extra. If somebody says, I would like to bring a bottle of wine, or what do you need? You can always say, like, bring your favorite drink. You know, if you like to bring some ice, or you can bring dessert if you like. Sometimes I just like, nothing, you're good, just bring yourself, which is something I would love to hear more often from people.
They still want to bring something.
Right.
But it depends, because it is nice for people to be invited to stuff and just have to show up. Like when you host things, like I watch Real Housewives all the time, and like they talk about that often. Like when I see people go to events, sometimes it's nice to just have people. Now, if you're always throwing events and people aren't bringing nothing, or if it's a dinner party, people should be able to bring like a bottle of wine or something. But I think it is a code that if you're gonna be a host for events, you should not like require people to bring everything. Because why am I? Might as well go out to a bar. Like, why am I cooking and bringing alcohol? Why?
Exactly.
That's your menu, your party, your house. Anything you get is extra.
Exactly.
I don't like that. That's me. I think we just getting a little, you know, I get back in the day we did that when we was doing things on a budget. We just getting a little too old for that now.
And we get older,
We have money.
31.
Budget.
So what do y'all think about birthday dinners?
Okay, traditionally, I will say the traditional way to do a birthday dinner is usually you pay for a prefix meal and people bring you gifts if you're doing a birthday dinner. Most people don't do that no more.
You as the birthday girl?
Birthday, you pay for the meal.
You, or if you have a partner that's throwing a party, whoever's throwing a party, if you're throwing, think of everything you're throwing as you hosting. If you're hosting a party, yes, the traditional sense. And people that have money, usually what they do is they have a prefix menu, whether it's in their house or at a restaurant, and that's usually how it's done, prefix, because it's within your budget, something you account for.
Yeah.
However, most people don't do that because
let's go, like, hey, everybody, come out tonight. We going to.
Yeah, people do more casual things, and that's why I'm like more careful as I get older what I call things. Yeah. Because I do think it's important that if I'm gonna have something and I know I'm not gonna pay for everybody, I try to at least pay for something for people when they come out for me. Even if they go on vacation with me for my birthday, like I try to give a gift or something. Like when I wanted us to wear matching stuff, I bought everybody matching fanny packs or matching bathing suits. Like as a host, I just felt like it was the appropriate thing to do. And so I feel like I'm just more careful as I get older what I call things if I know I'm not about to pay for the whole bill because I ain't there yet.
It's an age thing. Yeah. Because growing up, I think it was weird, like the point where it's someone's birthday, but everyone is like scrunging for money, and then you got the birthday person.
Oh, you mean like y'all go out like something casual, like you're not throwing a birthday party, but it's like a meetup. Okay, that's different. Sorry, I get what you're saying now.
I don't think you should be scrunging for money on someone's birthday. I don't think the birthday should be paying for anything.
I agree with you. If somebody's going out for their birthday, like, and it's a casual, like we're going out to the bar, we're meeting up by Fridays or whatever, the birthday person shouldn't be paying for their stuff. And I hate it sometimes being the only person like, that would offer.
Yeah.
I hated that. Luckily, I would always have at least one person. Like Devin, if you're watching this, shout out to you, boo. Devin is always, if there's somebody that we're going out for, like, and we mutually know for their birthday, and I'll be like, I'll pay for your bill. Devin will always be like, okay, I'll split it with you. And we'll split that person's bill on our meal. Like, we've done that more than once.
Yeah.
Shout out to Debbie, because that's my tag team partner.
That's important though. Like, I don't know. I just feel like when I used to do like the big parties in New York, I really never expected somebody to pay that everybody got there. Yeah. You know, they drove, took the bus,
they traveled.
Whatever. But yeah, like I'm not paying for nothing. because the thing is, I'm gonna make sure y'all have a good time. Like, I already bought either it's games, alcohol, like whatever the case. So yeah, I'm not paying for nothing.
Yeah, I do think that if it's like a dinner or like everybody's like, let's go out for a birthday lunch or like to the bar, somebody should be covering the birthday person.
And that's a part of making it about them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I don't like that.
The scrunging for money is the thing that gets me.
Yeah, like.
My tax is $1.10.
Oh, that. Oh,
split the bill. It's really easy to split the bill.
Lobster. Why should I split the bill?
See,
girl, no.
Certain things.
It'll save so much time.
It would save time. There's certain things like if I ordered the lobster special that was $50 and one person ordered like something that was like $20.
Why are you going out to eat and getting a salad?
This is true. But at the same time, what I do, I split the bill beforehand. Oh, we can only split it this way. Well, make sure you split mine. Because I'm going to tell you mine going to be at least $50.
And then I'll say like, okay, put half of their bill or put their meal on my bill.
Exactly. Like,
this is what I do.
Say me and you go, okay, 1, 2, 3 on the bill. Mm-hmm. And me and you, whatever. It's still a lot of back and forth, but it does save the time for the scrounging of the money. And I only ordered an appetizer. Like,
and for the most part, the bill is gonna be around the same amount. That's what annoys me.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just say, like, especially if I'm only out with one other person, let's just split it. Like,
just split it.
We ordered about the same amount of drinks. Like, I'm about to be petty. Like, oh, your bill was $10 more. I've had people like, let me cash out you. I'm like, girl, it's fine. Let's just.
The part that gets me is the tip.
Oh Lord, that's a whole.
What happened to the tip?
We're running out of time, y'all.
You can end it here. Non-tippers, don't go. I don't think you should go out to eat if you can't tip. I think
that part. But I have had a conversation with Keon about this. So I absolutely do believe in tipping. Like as I got older, something that does burn my soul that I tip no matter what type of service I receive, even if it's out to eat or even if I'm getting a service like my eyebrows, whatever. And I always tip, like my standard tip is always 20%. I rarely do anything under 20%. That's just me. It's okay if you do 18 or 15. But I hate that in my spirit, I walk away because society expects me to tip for everything. Mm-hmm. I don't want to look like a bad person. So even if I receive like mediocre service or bad service, I still tip, and I hate it.
I do not. If you have a bad service, you have an attitude, first of all, you're going to get an attitude right back, and you're not getting a tip. Like,
you have to be really trash for me not to tip. Like, real trash.
Based on service. And when I say service, I don't mean like, oh, my waiter forgot something. She might be overwhelmed. And you can tell. You can tell somebody's genuine.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, it do. And I take that into account, especially if, people be short-staffed. Like, I take that into account. But if you just nasty, you're not getting a tip. I don't care.
I just don't like people that go head on and just like, oh, I don't tip because I don't.
Yeah, that, no.
That's what I don't like. You can tip whatever you want, however you want, but don't go out to eat saying, I don't tip. I don't think it's necessary. Like,
yeah.
I don't think that's
cool.
Be prepared to budget that in, like, at least.
Yes. Yeah. And what is it, like an extra $5, $10, $15? You already spent freaking $50, $100.
Exactly.
Yeah. At least be prepared to budget that in.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, for me, it's based on service.
Yeah.
You shitty. And shitty doesn't always mean new either. Like, new people, that don't count. Yeah. But if you
could have a good personality and be a bad server.
Yeah, you could. Like, damn, they was entertaining as hell, but I don't have no utensils.
Yeah.
Like, but
when I started, I was forgetting minutes. I'm like, here's your drinks. They're like, give me your straws.
Yep, come right up. But it's just how you're about it. Especially like, yes, you can. You know?
She was forgetful, but I like that.
Yeah, but it's just about the spirit that you bring, But if
I agree.
Nasty ass, like, how you doing? Oh, bitch, you don't care, But anywho, sisters, any other general codes? Oh wait, here we go.
Wait, Monty, you gotta join in.
Here we go. Oh! Okay, sisters. Blvd. Until next time.
Don't forget.